Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on stage Mr. Frank Malozzi.
Great. Well, good morning and welcome day 3 of Connect. Hope everybody had a good first couple of days. A lot of sessions, got a lot of great interaction, a lot of feedback. Let's keep in mind we still have the product labs open all day. Let's take advantage of the technology and the partners. I also want to thank the partners for doing what you do and participating in this wonderful event. Also, a couple of other things. I know that there are survey forms in all the breakout sessions, so we just want to understand that are you getting what you are looking for, the content is right, and then in the app, the Connect app, we also include some feedback. We just want to know how we're doing with this conference, how we can do better, and put together a much better, stronger show for next year. So yesterday, Mark covered the portfolio, covered a couple of technologies, and one in particular that I'd like to really, we would like to share with you and identify is really textile. In our portfolio yesterday, the one area that we had recently moved into is textile printing with our Reggiani technology. And what we'd like to do is sort of introduce to you the trends and what's happening. Today we're all familiar with textile as it relates to soft signage and display graphics. But there's another world out there, the world of printing fabrics or printing onto apparel, and home textiles and so on, and it's a really cool industry to note. Also, over the years, many of you ask, well, what's new, and what are some new technologies that we can invest into? So we felt to invite and bring Michele Riva, our newest member to the EFI team, the member of my team, and a wonderful visionary about the textile industry and where it's going. So let's give a round of applause and bring out Michele. Michele Riva.
Buongiorno. Buongiorno to everybody. My name is Michele, as Frank said. Thank you, Frank, for the presentation, for the great words used in favor of myself and in favor of Reggiani products. Today I am here in order to give you an idea, better idea about the textiles market. What is a textiles market and which are the opportunities that maybe also some of you can find for the near future, new development as well for North American markets. So let's start to talk a little bit about textiles. Textiles market is basically production of fabric, and this fabric is made around 75% is dyeing, and around 35% of the fabric produced in the world is printing. As a EFI Reggiani group, we concentrate, and our core business is the printing. So we now analyze a little bit more what is the textiles printing market in the world. What is the market? The market is for 15 billion meters of fabric printed every year in the world. 15 billions. So you can imagine how big and how many potentially you can find in this business. Most of the fabric printed today in the textiles is printing on the analogical traditional printing way, means on rotary screen and on flatbed. And this covers almost 80% of these 50 million meters produced per year. Us as a Reggiani, EFI Reggiani, we produce as well this kind of equipment, and we are, I think, market leader in the world outside China market and local maker producer. But I want to point out a number on this diagram. Look at the 5% of the production. Only 5%, and this is an optimistical figure because it's more close to 4% than 5% the meters printed in the digital market, in the textile digital market in the year. And this is already a good reply and a good reason why enter in the textiles digital printing market. Because you will have in the near future, frankly speaking, for the next 10 to 15 years, we believe that this number will grow from 5 to 50 to 10, 50%. So huge opportunity for new application and new potential market. So keep in mind, this is the first milestone, opportunity and reason why to enter in the digital textiles business. So let's now concentrate in the kind of the inks used in the textiles market. Let's analyze the analogical inks market. 50% or almost 55% of the fabric printed on the analogical process use pigment inks. Then we have the other two major inks, that is disperse and reactive. Vice versa, on the digital inks is much more the reactive instead of the analogical, and this covers almost 50% of the productions. Then you have dye sub, and you have acid and direct disperse inks. Look at the pigment. In this case, pigment is 0. Why? Because pigment is the last generation, the last development of the ink for the digital technology. And this is the second big reason to find opportunity to enter on the digital textiles market. First is 5%, second is the pigment, and you will see, you will understand later during the presentation why pigment could be a good opportunity. So, which is the future of the digital textiles printing? Digital textile printing application are, here you see some sample, is the fashion, so the garment, the home textiles. Home textiles means furniture, means bed sheets, means curtains, and then there is what we call accessory. Accessory is a scarf, tire, something like this. Then we have a groove mode that are the new industrial application of the digital printing, that is the sportswear, that till now was basically produced with the plotter equipment, and now more and more people move in the industrial production using the new technology of the digital printing machine. And together with this, we have also the signage, so means flag, banners, and soft signage is something that also are moving in the new technology of the digital printing equipment. And then we have all the new products that is completely new, means really there is a work to develop in this case, and is the application of the flooring. Flooring means lamination, means carpet. Then there is the wallpaper. There is the automotive. Automotive is car seats, styling of the car, and airplane seats. And last but not the least, all the world of the outdoor, like the beer garden. So which kind of inks is used on digital printing textiles business? All the inks are water-based. What means this? Means this is a green technology. And this, you will see later, how is important for the new application of the digital printing inks. We basically use reactive inks for cotton fabric, direct disperse for polyester fabric. Dye sub is used, as most of you maybe is more familiar, to print on paper and after transfer again on 100% polyester fabric. And then we have acid that is usually used for silk and wool fabric. Last but not the least, pigment. Pigment is the real innovation because pigment is the only one inks can be used for all the substrated. So it means with the pigment you can print cotton, wool, polyester, and also blend. And it's the only inks that give the opportunity to print blend fabric. The future of the water-based inks, the future is to developing a complete green process. So not only green inks, but a full complete green process for a green future of the textiles. Talking about the printing process on the digital, the more traditional, conventional process is what we call direct to print. And this is an offline process, so you make a preparation of the fabric with some chemistry, then you print and drying on the digital printing, and after printing you have what we call usually the finishing process offline, and this use the steaming, washing, and stentor. And this is the standard and classic direct-to-print on fabric on digital machinery. The second process, that is the process more familiar to you, is the transfer printing. In this case, we don't make, it's not necessary any preparation on the fabric. The limitation is that can be used only on polyesters, as I told you in the slide before regarding the kind of the inks. So you print on paper, you dry the paper on the digital printing, and then offline you transfer the paper on the fabric with a calendar. Now let's come in the new process, the new green process that I told you before. One of these comes from the new inks, that is pigment. Pigment is the new inks, and we are developing the new pigment process, and what we call all-in-one industrial process for printed direct on fabric with pigment inks. Is one inline solution, so you can make everything, all the process in one step. You have the preparation, where you have a fuller, where you make an impregnation of the fabric. Then from the impregnation, from the preparation, go to the printing. Then go to the fixation of the inks, and the last step is the polymerization of the ink, because the pigment inks need to be polymerized at 160 degrees for a period of time between 4 to 6 minutes, depending on the speed of the machine. And this is what we call an integrated green solution. So now you understood why also, and more pigment can come another big opportunity to enter in the textiles business. The other new process is what we call disperse no wash, another green printing process solution. In this case, we have developed, we have under patent as the other process, all-in-one direct process. There is no preparation in the fabric, we print, and we can make online the drying and the fixation. Or in case customers already have a calendar, can make offline the fixation. This is a very important process because it's not necessary any preparation and any washing after printing. So once again, another green process for the textiles business. And the future, of course, already pigment and dispersion of wash is something that is not really finished, the development, but we are already looking for something new for the near future. And what is the near future? Reactive no wash. It's another kind of chemistry that we are developing, another kind of things, and another kind of process where we want to avoid, once again, the wash and the steaming. So less water consumption, less power consumption, and more green solution for a green world. So let's have a general overview about the segment of the products, of the segment of the machine available in the market for the textiles and digital printing machinery. The first segment is what we call plotters. And in this case, you have machinery that's familiar to you, running between 20 to 100 linear meter per hour. The application is typical sportswear, fashion, and signage, and the main manufacturers are Mimaki, Epson, Muto, Roland. But but also EFI Reggiani decide to enter in such a market, and we make a presentation of a new development product in our portfolio at the last ITMA exhibition. ITMA exhibition, for the people that is not familiar, is the most important textile machine manufacturer exhibition. It's done every 4 years. It's like the Drupa for the signage market. And this has been done last November in Milano. At that time, we make the presentation of our new generation of this kind of plotter, because we want to enter in such market. And we make this machine with a 300 dpi resolution printing heads. Keep in mind that Reggiani, for all the EFI Reggiani, for all the ink system, for all the platform, use only Kyocera printing heads. In this case, we use a 300 dpi 2-channel Kyocera printing heads. Sorry? The machine can run up to 250 square meters per hour. The width is 185, and this is what we presented at the ITMA, and the 3.4 that we'll show and presented at the next Drupa. The number of the printing heads can be from 2 up to 4, and the resolution up to 2,400 dpi. The application can be for paper and for textiles. The difference in the two applications is the number of the colors that you can have available. In case of paper, we can use CI, Ciano Magenta, yellow and black, plus special colors. Special colors can be, especially for sportswear, the fluorescence inks like the yellow and the pink, or special colors like orange and blue. On the textiles, vice versa, we have once again Ciano Magenta, yellow and black, plus special color like orange, red, blue, and gray. Application, basically fashion, as I told you before, home textile with the 3.4, and signage as well, and sportswear. Second segment, and let's say we can consider the main segment of the digital printing machine today, is what we call industrial printers. And in these segments, us as EFI Reggiani, we already sold and installed in the world over than 400 machines. Main characteristics of this machine are that can run up to, let's say, 500 linear meter per hour. The application can cover the full range of the application that I showed you before, so means traditional, under developing, and new. And the main manufacturers are, of course, EFI Reggiani, MS, Dust, Mona Lisa, Atexco, and Homer. Both of these plotter and industrial printers are what we call a multipass printing machinery. Let's have an overview of our portfolio of this range of machinery. The small one, or what we call the entry-level machine, is the Renoir one, and this is in the middle between the next platform and the Pro platform that you will see later. These basically have the same technical characteristics and features of the next, because use the same printing heads, the 300 dpi, and in this case we just make the 1.8 width machinery. With this, we enter in the generation of the sticky belt digital printing machine, because the difference between the plotter and this generation of the machine is this. The main technical features is the sticky belt. Once again, we can have for paper up to 4 printing heads. In case of the textiles, we can have up to 8 printing heads. Application, once again, fashion, sportswear, and signage. Other platform is what we call Renoir Pro. This is the machine, basically machine that we sell in the market. It can be three different widths, 1.8, 2.4, 3.4. Starting from this platform, we move from the 300 dpi two-channel to the 600 dpi one-channel printing nets from Kyocera. The picoliter, the drop size of the printing nets is between 4 to 72, and the resolution is once again up to 2400 dpi. The configuration for the textiles can be 8 or 16 printing nets, and the number of the colors, once again, is 8 colors. So the quadrichromy plus the 4 special colors. Application, all the application that I presented you before. This means that this is the most flexible machine that you can find, and is also something that already gives you a certain advantage in terms of speed, because as you can see, you have a speed range between 600 to 800 square meters. This is a typical machine that we suggest to people that maybe already are in the textiles and want to enter in the digital printing market. This already gives an opportunity to have a quite good production with the machine due to the speed. Last generation and high-speed multipass machine in the Reggiani portfolio is the Renoir Top. Renoir Top is a 32 printing nets, and once again we have 3 versions in 1.8, 2.4, 3.4. The printing nets is 600 dpi, and the speed is easy to understand due to the fact that the number of the printing nets is the double of the Pro. Also, the speed is basically the double, so we can reach up to 1,600 square meters per hour. So we are just moving from here we can already thinking in meter per minute, because 1,600 square meters is around 8 meters per minute, the real production of the machine. The application is like, of course, like the Renoir Pro for all the full range of the applications suitable today in the digital printing textiles market. Okay, last generation of the digital printing machinery is what we call single pass machine. The difference, the main technical difference between the single pass machine and the plotter and the industrial printer is that in this case you have a fixed rail. It's the fabric that moves to the fixed rail, and you can print only in a single pass. The other two, due to the fact that are multi-pass, can print 1 pass, 2 pass, 4 pass, mono or bidirectional. In this case, here you have only one resolution. Single pass is a machine where there is a technology for high-speed production, high-speed productivity from 20 to 40 from 20 to 40 meters per minute. Typical application are fashion and home textiles. Reggiani, EFI Reggiani have this technology, has been the first one to develop this platform, and later on you will see with which belong to which technology. The main producer today of this is MS with the Lario machine, that maybe someone of you heard about this. And recently at the ITMA, SPG Stork and Konica Minolta presented this new technology at the last ITMA. Why people decide to make such a kind of technology? Because the single pass machine is the more close to the analogical printing, rotary printing. Because as I told you before in the beginning and the presentation of the market share, analogical printing is a production speed machine between 20 to 60 meters per minute production speed. In our portfolio, as I told you, we have the Osiris platform. Osiris platform has been developed since 15 years ago together with Tenkate Group, is a partner of EFI Reggiani in Holland, and this technology is done for 1.8 and 3.4 printing width, and the production speed is in the average of 40 square meter per hour. The application, two are the typical fashion and home textile, but there is a new one application that we call technical textile, because such a kind of platform, due to the kind of the printing nets used and due to the kind of the ink system, can be as well used for dyeing and finish in a digital way. And this is the main difference between our platform and the platform of our competitor on the single pass machine. So let's now summarize which are all the advantage of the digital printing today in the textiles. So there is many reasons, as I told you, is working with a green process, with green inks, have an innovative solution because we are developing new process, as I showed you before. The design quality due to the number of the colors, and due to the RIP software, you can have a very huge quantity of drawing that you can produce. Then I have a cost reduction in terms and comparison of the traditional analogical printing device. And there is other two important things: time to market, because you can fast produce sample and go in production instead of the rotary screen, where you need to make the screen, make the sample. It's become more and more complicated, and short delivery time. In one words, we can say that the digital printing is much more flexible, and the flexibility is one of the big advantages. I want to point out one thing to summarize all these advantages in what's happened after the event of the digital printing in the traditional textile. The coming of the digital printing changed also the approach of the garment manufacturer. And on top of this, I want to tell you the story of Zara. Zara is one of the big chains that most of you know, and they changed the mentality and the marketing approach on the fast fashion in the market. You know now how long take from the day that the design finishing the collection, and the collection is approved, and the products, the final products, the final garment go in the shops. Somebody of you know how long take today? 1 year. You are completely out of the blue. 3 weeks. 3 weeks from the day that the guys finish the prototype, the sample is approved, after the design and the clothes, the garment need to be in the shops. And this is possible only due to the digital printing technology. And this technology and this different way to approach the market change also the opportunity of the textiles manufacturer. Because, for example, in a country like Europe, the historical was an industrial area, suffered a lot of the cries of the China in the last 15 years, because most of the people move in China the production due to the labor cost reduction. But labor cost today is not so important. The most important things today is short delivery time, time to market. People cannot wait anymore 45 days of transshipment from China to Europe. They don't want to lose this. They want to change fast the fashion and replace the product in the shops. And the only way is this. And this is another opportunity that maybe also here in US can come out in the near future. Okay? So let's introduce now why maybe some of you here in this Connect can discover new opportunity entering the textiles and entering the digital printing. So I show you before new application, not only the fashion, but also all the new application. And this is the first milestone, as I told you. 5% only is produced today on digital. Second milestone, how to enter in this new application was with the new green process, with the pigment inks, pigment green process, no wash disperse green process, at last and not the least, a dye sublimation for direct and transfer for the signage market. So these three processes and all these new application, and for the story that I told you before about Zara and about the time to market, can maybe give some of you the idea to move or try to enter in some of the new application on the textile also in your market. Second opportunity that we can find out here in the Connect, the integration between the EFI Reggiani platform and what is one of the main products of EFI, the APS and Fiery, related to web-to-print and the e-commerce. This what means that more and more customers like Nike, like Adidas, like Amazon, like IKEA are working on this. Are working on web-to-print and are working on the e-commerce. And us, as the EFI group, due to the Reggiani platform and the APS and Fire, we are suitable to follow this new request of the e-commerce. And the future is, the end, with this web-to-print and e-commerce, is the shopping online. This is the third milestone. More and more, today, people can go in the website of Adidas or whenever, of Amazon, or there is a dedicated commerce. You can choose the pair of the shoes, the kind of garment, the kind of fabric that you want your garment, the design that you want on your garment, and then make this and order this. And this is possible only with digital printing, because you don't have any lost in production. You produce only what you need. Okay? And maybe also Guy will be lucky to make his presentation with such a kind of shoes made on the graphic of Star Wars, but unfortunately we have no time to order this on Adidas next time. So I want now to finish my presentation, and I want to make some successful story of the EFI Reggiani platform in the soft signage market here in North America. The first successful story is from McRae Imagine. It's a company located in Canada, in Toronto, and they are a quite small company. But why is important for Reggiani and why is important for the soft signage? Because he was the first one trust and believe in the new platform and in the new technology for the LED backlight. He bought the first Renoir Pro in 3.4 in the US market. The application is for exhibit, retail, pops, backlight, and the big advantage is that they can print on the same machine, paper, fabric with the same inks at the same moment. What Bob Murray, that is the owner, say about Reggiani, why he decided to buy Reggiani? Because he was thinking that only with such a kind of technology was available, as I told you before, to print at the meantime with the same inks, two different substrated. And also give him the possibility to increase the productivity and increase the quality of the products, and also reduce in terms of maintenance and increase the runnability of the machine with this kind of platform. The second successful story is the story of Colorado Timberline. Colorado Timberline is located in Denver, in Colorado. It's a company, medium-sized company, about $50 million US revenue. He has the approval of Amazon for web-to-print. This is really important, as I told you before. He has around 70 digital printing machines installed in his factory, and it can produce printing as well in UV, in solvent, and with the last generation of our equipment on water-based. Why is important for Reggiani? Because with the last 2 orders placed last week, it comes the biggest customer of EFI Reggiani with 7 machines of the industrial model that I presented you before. The application also for Colorado Timberline is basically always the same: exhibit, retail, pop, and banners. Due to the fact that Colorado was one of the first working on web to print, the big advantage is that they don't give any restriction in number of printing samples, so just from 0 to whenever, and it doesn't charge any additional cost for the setup, for the customize of the products. As well, it can print direct to fabric or on sublimation, on the sublimation way. Why Dan Green decide to buy and rebuy, that is not the it, or the meat, rebuy the machine is because he believes a lot in the technology of Reggiani. I don't know if you know Dan Green. He's a very strong guy. He's always oriented to the speed and the productivity. He wants always to squish at the maximum speed the machine that he buys. And why he likes the Reggiani machine? Because our machine can process, as he say, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, without any problems, and reduce drastically the maintenance cost and increase drastically the productivity of the machine as well. And this was the reason why he bought 7 machines from Reggiani. Last and not the least is the Version Imaging company. It is located in Canada, in Montreal. It is, I think, the biggest digital printing company in Canada. He has almost a portfolio over than 10 million machinery installed in his factory, and is using UV, latex, solvent, and water-based inks. Why he have more than 1,500 retailers in his province as a customers, and why is important for Reggiani, for EFI Reggiani? Because he was the first one that moved from Durst to Reggiani platform in 2014. The application of Version Imaging is outdoor, indoor for display, banner, flags, pop, events, and billboards, and offer also him the possibility in direct to printing or in sublimation printing opportunity. Why, once again, Pierre Pellequin decided to buy the successful story of Reggiani is because, as he say, and as you can read, till he never see the production made by the Reggiani, he never found a quality like that in terms of brilliance of the colors, in runnability and speed of the machine, in reduction of the maintenance cost, and in reduction of the labor cost. So these are the 3 successful stories, just to give you some suggestion and some idea why buy an EFI Reggiani machine and why enter in the textiles business. So I finish my presentation. Thank you, and happy birthday to me, because today is my birthday.
We know it's your birthday. So, happy birthday from all of us. Thank you very much for your first Connect presentation.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.